Cryonics is one of the strangest intersections of science and human hope. The belief that, by freezing the body immediately after death, it might one day be restored to life. Part science experiment, part philosophical gamble, it reflects both our fear of mortality and our fascination with technological resurrection. Its story is filled with eccentric scientists, desperate dreamers, and a controversy that continues to this day. The idea emerged in the mid-20th century, inspired by advances in cryogenics, the study of extremely low temperatures, and the tantalizing possibility of halting biological decay. In 1962, physics professor Robert Ettinger published The Prospect of Immortality, arguing that if bodies could be preserved in liquid nitrogen, future science might cure disease, repair cellular damage, and revive the frozen dead. To Ettinger, death was not final, but a problem waiting to be solved. The first actual cryonic preservation took place in 1967, when Dr. James Bedford, a psychology professor in California, had his body frozen after succumbing to cancer. Known as Patient Zero, Bedford's body remains stored in liquid nitrogen today. More than 50 years later, a symbol of both the promise and uncertainty of cryonics. Cryonics relies on suspending bodies in liquid nitrogen at -196 degrees Celsius, halting decay and preserving tissue indefinitely. Some clients choose full-body preservation, while others opt for just the head. Under the belief that future science might repair the brain and grow a new body, companies like Alcor Life Extension Foundation and Cryonics Institute now offer these services, charging tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars for the chance of future revival. But the science remains speculative. Freezing creates ice crystals that rupture cells and tissues, damaging the very structures preservation seeks to protect. To mitigate this, cryonics organizations use vitrification, a process that replaces water in cells with protective chemicals before cooling, preventing crystallization. Yet no human or even large mammal has ever been revived after such treatment. To skeptics, cryonics is less science than faith, a futuristic burial ritual dressed in laboratory garb. Despite this, the movement has attracted devoted believers, including wealthy entrepreneurs, futurists, and transhumanists. For them, the cost is a wager against oblivion. If revival proves impossible, they're no worse off than the dead. But if it succeeds, they gain a second life in a future unimaginable today. This philosophical gamble appeals to those unwilling to accept death as inevitable. Cryonics has not escaped controversy. Legal battles have erupted when family members disagreed over whether a deceased relative wished to be frozen. Scandals have plagued some organizations accused of mismanagement or mistreatment of preserved remains. Critics accuse cryonics firms of exploiting the fear of death for profit. While supporters counter that, they offer a rational option in a world where science constantly redefines the impossible. The cultural fascination with cryonics has kept it alive in the public imagination. From science fiction stories to films, the idea of being frozen and revived resonates with our deepest hopes and anxieties. It symbolizes both a rejection of mortality and an embrace of the unknown, a reminder that human beings will go to extraordinary lengths to cheat death. Whether cryonics will ever succeed remains uncertain. Current science has not revived a frozen human, and many biologists doubt it ever will. But as a cultural phenomenon, cryonics reveals a timeless truth, that the human desire for immortality finds expression in every age. From ancient quests for elixirs to modern steel tanks of liquid nitrogen, the frozen bodies waiting in cryonics facilities are more than patience. They are monuments to our unwillingness to let go of hope.